afternoon, everyone. Almost evening, but afternoon yet as the Gering and Alliance softball teams get ready to square off here at the Diamond in Alliance. The earlier game won by Alliance in the junior varsity portion. So we're ready now for a matchup between Alliance at 5-5 and Gering at 3-1. Tim Gonzalez's team losing to Aurora in the Aurora Invite on the season opening weekend. And since then, they have beaten St. Paul and Scotts Bluff. They'll be at Alliance today and then at the McCook Invite on Saturday. Alliance comes in with a loss most recently to Adams Central. They were at the Holdridge Invite, lost 2-3, losing to Cozad, beating Mendon, and then losing to Adams Central. After tonight, they also will be at the McCook Invite on Saturday. Then their next action will be on Thursday, the 6th of September, when they're at Scotts Bluff. Gering will be at Chase County next Tuesday for a doubleheader. So the starting lineups being introduced. We'll be back to go over those with you. Thanks for watching KNEB.TV.
Compliments for you and your home has got the latest decor. Come in today and see what you can create. Start with great home decor from Uttermost. Lamps,
Have a ball this fall getting your property in shape with a new John Deere compact tractor. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all compacts, like the hard-working 1 family and the economical 3E series. And get $500 off with the purchase of 2 qualifying implements that turn your tractor into the workhorse it was built to be. Clean up your property and clean up on savings with John Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Buyers Realty has been helping people in the community find their dream home since 1994. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, our friendly staff will put in the work to help you reach the finish line. We also do property management for buildings in Scottsbluff, Gering, and beyond. You can find an extensive list of our properties by visiting our website at callbuyersrealty.com. Or you can visit our Scottsbluff offices on Avenue B, right next to Bumper to Bumper. Community strong, community proud, we have what you're looking for.
Have you heard the exciting news? Western Nebraska Regional Airport will be offering flights with United Airlines operated by SkyWest beginning January 30th, 2018. What's even better? You'll get to earn and use your United points. Reservations with United are now available. Plus, all United miles can be earned and redeemed with all flights. While you're at Western Nebraska Regional Airport, grab a bite to eat at the Flight Deck restaurant. Plus, Hearst Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. So make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Across the state, every eye and ear is focused on one stadium where the sea of red is man-made. A place where every Saturday is a stage for our team, for our resolve, and for our values.
It's toughness, it's dedication, it's work ethic. That's what Nebraska is.
This is Husker Nation.
Last school year, 17 students were honored as the Platte Valley Company's Star Student of the Week. Kids from Scottsbluff, Gering, Bridgeport, Bayard, Mitchell, and Banner County received winning nominations, and with a new school year underway, it's once again time for the public to nominate deserving K-12 students to be the next Star Student of the Week. How do you get your nomination in? Just go to pvbank.com, fill out the nomination form, and watch KNEB.TV News every Friday during the school year to see if your star student was selected.
Where can you find gifts for everyone? TC and More. That's where. Come in and look at what you've been missing. Gifts for the ladies. Gifts to remember. The gift of light. Gifts for your home. Gifts for the kids. Gifts for the Husker fan. For the perfect gift, stop in and visit TC and More, downtown Scottsbluff. And remember, TC and More still has all of your children's educational materials.
Welcome back to Alliance as we prepare for Gering and Alliance. Let's look at the visiting Gering lineup first. Bobby Claflin, a senior, the pitcher, will lead it off. Maddie Weiss, a sophomore, is the right fielder, hitting second. Hitting third is junior Kiana Island. The cleanup hitter is Briley Dean, a freshman. She'll play left field. Kelly Snelling, the center fielder, hits fifth. She's a senior. Junior Hannah Splastasser will be the catcher, hitting sixth. Senior Josie Brown, the third baseman, hits seventh. Then eighth is Kelsey Bonsack, the designated player. She's a junior. She'll be in for Maddie Walker, who will be playing second base. And then Callista Muir, junior shortstop, hitting in the ninth spot. Again for Gering, it'll be Claflin, Weiss, and Island, Dean, Snelling, and Splastasser, Brown, Bonsack, and Muir. They'll be going up against J.C. Acosta, a junior in the circle for Alliance. Looking at the Alliance record, Janae Shoemaker, senior shortstop, leads it off. Senior Elise Stokey will hit second, play third base. Catcher is Erica Busey, a junior. Hitting cleanup, Aubrey Garrett, the junior first baseman. J.C. Acosta, junior, is the pitcher. She'll hit fifth. Brandy Seabaum is hitting sixth. She's the junior left fielder. Hitting seventh, Diana Acosta, the designated player, a senior. Then Peyton Gibson, a sophomore, is the second baseman, and Callista Trevino, sophomore right fielder, is in. Taylor Mannion, the center fielder, will be hit for by Acosta. Again, Shoemaker, Stokey, and Busey. Garrett, Acosta, and Seabaum. And then Diana Acosta, Gibson, and Trevino. Leading it off for Gering, the strong hitting pitcher, Bobby Claflin. I say that after the performance she had the other night with 3 hits in the win over Scotts Bluff that we had on KNEB.TV. There's a swing, and down in the count is Claflin now. Claflin steps out, looks down to Coach Gonzalez for a moment, now back in. Nobody on, nobody out, top of the first inning. Acosta in the move, and this will be launched into right center. Tracking it will be the center fielder, Taylor Mannion, and she'll make the catch for the out. So one gone here in the first inning. And here's Maddie Weiss, the sophomore right fielder, to hit for Gering. Might mention Thursday night we'll have another broadcast on KNEB.TV, but it'll also be on 101.7 The Trail. Chris Cottrell will have Alliance at Scotts Bluff in volleyball action. Left-handed hitter looks at one low. It's ball one to Weiss. Third baseman, Stokey, in a couple 3 steps in case of a bunt attempt. Rest of the infielders fairly shallow also. J.C. Acosta goes into her motion, and the pitch will be grounded towards second. Nice stab by Gibson. She'll throw to first for the out. Good stretch by Garrett there to stay on the bag. But she was there, as the umpire's emphatic gesture indicated. So 2 out. And now Kiana Island, the first baseman. Island had a couple of hits the other night in the win over Scotts Bluff. Right-handed batter. And the pitch bounces in, ball one. Minimum number of pitches by J.C. Acosta here in the first inning. 2 outs, nobody on base. Fly to center that Mannion tracked down. And the ground ball that Gibson made a nice stab on that was hit to her bare hand side. Ball 2 to Island. Briley Dean, the cleanup hitter, waits next. Island stands toward the front of the box. And it's ball 3. So Kiana Island with a 3-ball no-strike count, trying to become the first base runner of the ball game. And she is. 4-pitch walk. And with a runner at first, here's Briley Dean. So a 2-out walk keeps the inning going. Dean, another right-hander. There's a strike after 4 consecutive missed. Acosta finds the plate with this one, and it's strike 1. This one will be low and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 out. Island, the runner at first. In the outfield, Seabaum in left, Mannion in center, and Trevino in right field. Big, healthy cut, misses, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. In the infield, we've already mentioned Stokey at third. Shoemaker is the shortstop, Gibson at second, Garrett at first base. Boosie doing the catching, and J.C. Acosta in the center of the diamond. Ground ball sharply hit, and it's past Shoemaker into left field. Seabaum will field it back in, and Gering has 2 on with nobody out after the first hit of the ball game. So Dean with the hit, and that brings up Kelly Snelling, the center fielder. Another right-handed batter. She'll take her time settling into the box with a runner in scoring position now. Island at second, Dean at first. Ground ball hit toward third. It'll be the third baseman, Stokey, who throws for the out. So Gering threatens after 2 out, nobody on base, but no runs. There was a hit, no errors, and 2 left for Gering. After a half inning, Gering nothing. Alliance coming up on the Wesco scoreboard.
Where can you find gifts for everyone? TC and More. That's where. Come in and look at what you've been missing. Gifts for the ladies. Gifts to remember. The gift of light. Gifts for your home. Gifts for the kids. Gifts for the Husker fan. For the perfect gift, stop in and visit TC and More, downtown Scottsbluff. And remember, TC and More still has all of your children's educational materials.
Logos in Gering is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gering.
Gering threatened with a pair of base runners in the top of the first, but couldn't bring them around. So now Alliance to see if they can get an early lead in this ball game. Janae Shoemaker will step in. Big swing and a miss on the first offering from Bobby Claflin. Shoemaker, a returning all-conference player for Alliance last year. She'll lift this one in the air, short right, and it will fall for the base hit. Weiss coming in will hold Shoemaker at first base, but a leadoff single. And here's Elise Stokey. So runner at first, nobody down. Third baseman Josie Brown will play in a little bit. Island also the bunt. And nobody covering. And nobody covering at third. Now they've got the runner hung up. And just hanging on to it will be the pitcher, as Shoemaker had made ideas for third since third baseman Brown had been charging. Little mix-up there. Walker had gone towards second rather than covering first because Island was charging on the play. So it'll have to go as an infield single. 2 on, nobody out. Here's Erica Boosie, the catcher, up. And the first pitch will be at the knees for a called strike. So Alliance threatening early here. First inning of play. Gering JVs won the preliminary ball game. Claflin needing to put out the flame here. Big swing by Boosie comes up empty. So it's no balls, 2 strikes. Alliance coming in 5-5. Lost 2 of their last 3. That was at the Holdridge Invite. Foul tip, so staying alive is Busey. Cleanup hitter Aubrey Garrett scheduled next. She's the first baseman for Alliance. That's in there for called strike 3. So that will be the first out, first strikeout for Claflin in the ball game. And here's the cleanup hitter, Aubrey Garrett. So Alliance still threatening as they've got the heart of the order coming up here. This will be in the dirt. Runners stay. Runners at first and second. Only 1 out. There's a strike at the knees, so it's 1 ball, 1 strike to Garrett. J.C. Acosta, the pitcher, waits on deck. And there's a swing at one that was letter high, perhaps a bit above that, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Claflin trying to knock down this challenge by Alliance in the bottom of the first inning. But this will be lifted in the air, short right, and it's going to fall in for a base hit. And that will load him up. Shoemaker had made a big turn at third, but goes back. 2 of the hits now have gone into short right field. So the base is loaded, 1 down. And here's the pitcher, J.C. Acosta. What would she like to give herself a lead here in this ball game? Shoemaker's at third. Stokey at second. Garrett at first. There's strike 1. Busey had struck out. Garrett was down 1-2 before singling to right field. Upstairs, it'll be a ball and a strike. Maddie Weiss fairly deep and right. 2 balls have fallen in front of her. Snelling, fairly deep in center also, and in left, Dean a little shallower perhaps. This one also too high, so it's 2 balls and a strike. Walk would be as good as a hit here for J.C. Acosta. With the bases loaded, it would bring the first run home. Claflin whistles it in, and it's 3 balls and a strike. So 3 straight pitches have missed, and Acosta can afford to be selective here. This will be popped right side. Second baseman makes the grab. Walker for the put out. So 2 down now as Maddie Walker makes the grab. That will leave it up to Brandy Seabaum, the left fielder for Alliance. Seabaum, a junior, 1 of 4 in the starting lineup for Alliance. It's big swing, strike 1. Seabaum hitting 6th as Alliance has him loaded up with 2 down here in the first inning. Alliance had 2 runners on and could not score in the top half. Check swing on a pitch that rises, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Seabaum, if she gets aboard, to be followed by the designated player, Diana Acosta. This will miss low. Hit Splastos or shin guard, bounced out in front of the plate, or rolled out there, and it was not far enough for Shoemaker to think about coming home. So 2 balls and a strike. Claflin into the motion, and it's fouled back into the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes now against Seabaum, batting with Alliance. Bases loaded here in the first inning. No score. Gering at 3-1. Alliance at 5-5 in the early going. They're in the same district. And there's strike 3. So a pair of called strikeouts for Claflin get her out of the inning. Alliance threatens, to say the least. No runs, 3 hits, no errors, and the bases were left loaded. After an inning, it's scoreless between Alliance and Gering on the West Coast scoreboard.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska. We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
Beat the heat and play inside with Planet Bounce at the Monument Mall. Bounce houses, concession stand, and the largest redemption arcade in town, Planet Bounce has hours of fun. Call today to schedule your birthday party, and as always, ask Ron about renting a bounce house for your party, corporate event, office party, or family reunion. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Planet Bounce Family Fun Center at the Monument Mall.
Have a ball this fall getting your property in shape with a new John Deere compact tractor. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all compacts, like the hard-working 1 family and the economical 3E series. And get $500 off with the purchase of 2 qualifying implements that turn your tractor into the workhorse it was built to be. Clean up your property and clean up on savings with John Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Hannah Splastoser leading off for Gering here in the top of the second inning of play. Splastoser, the junior catcher. Gering last inning had 2 outs before they could get anybody on base, but then Snelling grounded to third to end the innings. Splastoser leading off here in the second inning. Pitch misses high, so we've got a 2-2 count. Josie Brown waiting on deck. And it's lined foul down the third base side. Splastoser hit it hard. Elise Stokey just instinctively reacting with that ball by her before she had a chance to glove it. The count will stay 2-2. Seabaum in left, as we had said earlier. She'll go over and retrieve that in foul territory. J.C. Acosta working in the center of the diamond here for Alliance. And there's the first strikeout she has in the ball game. 1 out, and now Josie Brown. Brown, the third baseman for Gering, glances to the coach in the third base box before settling in. There's a strike. Acosta has had a 3-ball count on Island and then walked her on 4, but other than that, hasn't been behind too many early hitters for Gering here. That one will sail upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kelsey Bonsack, the designated player, waiting on deck. She's hitting in place of Walker, the second baseman. Swing and a miss makes it 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Brown. We're located here on the first base side, right next to the Gering dugout. Lions over on the third base side. So now Brown needing to protect, down 1-2. And she'll swing and miss. 2 straight strikeouts for Acosta. And again, there are 2 outs, nobody on base for Gering. Here's Bonsack to see if she can stop that little streak. A 2-out walk to Island in the first, and Dean followed with a single. But no runs across. Now 2 outs, nobody on base, and here's Bonsack. She'll lift it foul, and it will be out of play. Behind us, strike 1. Callista Muir, the shortstop, is scheduled next. Hoping for a chance here. Bonsack down 0-1. Change up makes it strike 2 after a swing goes over the top. 0-2. 2 straight strikeouts in the inning for Acosta. She's looked pretty tough. Doesn't want the first sign, does the second, and there's the called strikeout for 3 straight strikeouts for Acosta in the inning. For Gering, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Go to the bottom of the second. Still no score between Alliance and Gering on the West Coast scoreboard.
Just because we smoke our new beef short rib and brisket for an absurd number of hours.
Last school year, 17 students were honored as the Platte Valley Company's Star Student of the Week. Kids from Scottsbluff, Gering, Bridgeport, Bayard, Mitchell, and Banner County received winning nominations, and with a new school year underway, it's once again time for the public to nominate deserving K-12 students to be the next Star Student of the Week. How do you get your nomination in? Just go to pvbank.com, fill out the nomination form, and watch KNEB.TV News every Friday during the school year to see if your Star Student was selected.
Platte Valley Companies is your home team financial and insurance network that works for you.
Platte Valley Bank provides a broad range of financial tools for your short and long-term business needs. Our experienced commercial lenders will work with you every step of the way to help your business grow. At Platte Valley Bank, we are proud to provide you with local decisions by hometown people for your hometown business.
Respect for tradition, coupled with vision that looks to the next frontier. Platte Valley Bank, a Platte Valley company, member FDIC.
We go to the bottom of the second, still scoreless between Alliance and Gering. And with 6 batters in the first inning, it'll be the number 7 hitter, Diana Acosta, the designated player for Alliance. Bounces in. In that first inning, Claflin gave up 3 singles, one in the infield. It was basically because nobody covering the base. But she got out of the inning. There's the strike. Peyton Gibson, second baseman, waits for Alliance. She'll hit next. Then it'll be Callista Trevino. And if anybody's aboard, the top of the order. Pitch kind of gets stuck in the hand of Claflin, so it'll be 3 balls and a strike as it sailed over the top of the catcher, Splatstoser. Needing to come in with a pitch here. Oh, now 3-1. Sorry, I was off a pitch there. Acosta steps out, makes her way, now ready to go. And the pitch is in for a called strike 3. All 3 of the strikeouts that Claflin has recorded have been non-swinging strikeouts. Her third makes 1 away in the inning, and here's Peyton Gibson. Sophomore, also a right-handed batter. Stands up in the front of the box. Right foot's about even with the pointed part at the back. There's strike 1. No score in the ball game so far. Both teams have had some games where they've put a bunch of runs up. Now 1 ball, 1 strike, so that one's low. Alliance scored 11 in a win at Holdridge. 9 in a win against Shadron, 8 against Gothenburg, and 12 against Minden. There's a strike at the knees. You know, Gering, you look at their scores, 10 against St. Paul, 11 against Scotts Bluff. Those are their last 2 outings, but scoreless right now. Gibson swings and misses. That a swinging strikeout, but the 4th for Claflin. So both pitchers making strikeouts their main weapon out there. Here's Callista Trevino, sophomore right fielder. Checks her swing on a high pitch, ball 1. Trevino will be followed by Shoemaker if she can get aboard. That'll miss outside, so it's 2 balls, no strikes. That one's low, so it's 3 balls, no strikes. First 3-0 count Claflin has had, although she did have a 3-1 against J.C. Acosta before a pop out in the first inning. And there's ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk puts Trevino on at first and brings up the dangerous Janae Shoemaker. Shoemaker is single to right her first time. Runner is going, throw down, gets through. And Trevino hesitated, now going as Snelling's having trouble picking the ball up. And Trevino pulls in at third. So a stolen base and then an error will advance Trevino to third, the first error we've had in the ball game. So a runner in scoring position. Shoemaker, a chance for an RBI. She'll line this one foul, first base side. A little late on the cut, but hit it solidly. Looks like we've got to retrieve a couple extra softballs here, so umpire has a fresh supply. 2 out, runner at third. Claflin had struck out 3 in a row. Seabaum to end the first, and then Acosta and Gibson in the second. And Shoemaker takes the pitch and is up in the count. No score, Alliance with another opportunity here in the second. And she'll line it to center field. That's in for extra bases. Snelling racing for it. It went under the fence, so that'll be a ground rule double for Shoemaker, and she has the run batted in. So Shoemaker ripped it to right center field, and that allowed Trevino to score. So the first run of the game comes across. Even though there was an error, Trevino would have scored from second on that double, so an earned run. Pitch is high to Stokey. So 1-0, Alliance on top. They draw first blood here in the bottom of the second inning. There's a strike at the knees, and it's 1-1 to Stokey. She had an infield single because it was fielded, but there was nobody to cover at first, and she got on. That'll be high for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike on Stokey. Erica Busey waiting on deck. Alliance with a run home and another runner in scoring position here in the second. Popped out of play. It'll be 2 balls, 2 strikes. Good-sized crowd on hand. We mentioned that Thursday night we will have some volleyball action. Alliance at Scottsbluff on 101.7 The Trail, plus KNEB.TV, and then football on Friday. That's low. Nice scoop by Splastoser. And it'll be 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, runner at second. And it's popped shortstop side. Drifting back into left and dropping it will be Muir, and the run scores. Stokey lofted into the short left. Dean coming on, Muir going back. She dropped the ball, and Shoemaker, running on contact with 2 down, will score on the play. So it is now 2-0. And the second error of the inning. Now we've got Busey up, who was caught looking her first time. Stokey was unable to advance on the throw home. She's still at first. Fouled out of play, strike 1. So there were 2 outs, nobody on base, and a walk to the number 9 hitter. How innocent it appeared at the time. But now, 2 runs in for Alliance, and they lead by a pair. This is popped foul out of play, right side. No balls, 2 strikes. Stokey, the runner at first. Trevino and Shoemaker have already scored in the inning. Changeup ripped up the middle for a base hit. Turning, going to third. Here's the throw. She's out. Stokey thrown out, trying to go first to third, ends the inning, but Busey with a solid single up the middle in the inning. 2 runs. That came on 2 hits. There were 2 errors and 1 runner left aboard for Alliance. Through 2, it's Alliance 2, Gering nothing on the West Coast scoreboard.
Platte Valley Companies is your home team financial and insurance network that works for you.
Platte Valley Bank provides a broad range of financial tools for your short and long-term business needs. Our experienced commercial lenders will work with you every step of the way to help your business grow. At Platte Valley Bank, we are proud to provide you with local decisions by hometown people for your hometown business.
Respect for tradition, coupled with vision that looks to the next frontier. Platte Valley Bank, a Platte Valley company, member FDIC.
There's nothing more important than the roof over your head. And when it comes to shingles, ZM Lumber has one of the largest inventories you'll find anywhere. At ZM Lumber, they love Malarkey, Malarkey Legacy, and Highlander architectural shingles. You know you can actually save money on homeowners insurance when you use the Malarkey Legacy Class 4 UL 2218 shingles, where quality and value still count. ZM Lumber and Home Center, your lumber one since 1971.
Callista Muir, the shortstop, leads it off for Gering here in the 3rd inning, now finding themselves trailing it by a pair. And J.C. Acosta in the center of the diamond for Alliance had 3 strikeouts in the 2nd inning of play. Splashtosser, Brown, and Bonsack. So Muir trying to not only break that string, but to get aboard. First pitch, a called strike. At 3rd, Stokey really playing in, but there's a healthy cut. Strike 2 by Muir. Going for one up around the letter. Shoemaker's at short, Gibson at 2nd, Garrett at 1st. Busey doing the catching. Seabaum in left, Mannion in center, Trevino in right field. Check swing, it'll narrowly miss. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Delivery will be grounded towards shortstop. Shoemaker takes it on a hop, guns it over for the out. So that makes 1 away. And here's Claflin, who had a fly ball to center her first time. Went 3 for 4 in the win against Scotts Bluff the other night when she was in the center of the diamond. So not only pitched well, but hit well also. Righty against righty. There's a strike. Stokey still playing in at 3rd just in case. This one will bounce at the plate, so it's a ball and a strike. Grounded foul, 3rd base side. Ball 2 strikes to Claflin now with 1 out, nobody on base. Maddie Weiss will be the on-deck hitter. She'll have an opportunity to bat here in the 3rd. If somebody's aboard, Island will come up for her 2nd opportunity. And it's outside, so 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gering hasn't had a base runner since a 2-out walk to Island and then a following single by Dean in the 1st inning. Popped up, foul territory, 3 giving chase, but it'll fall untouched. Count stays 2 balls, 2 strikes. Erica Busey picks the bat up, hands it to Claflin, who retreats to home plate after her run down toward first after making contact. We're in the 3rd, 2-0. Alliance leading it. Popped up, shortstop back, and it will be a nice catch by Shoemaker in short center. So 2 outs. Mannion was coming on, but really Shoemaker Probably closer to it, but a difficult catch as she was going away from the plate. 2 out. Here's Maddie Weiss. Only lefty in the lineup for Gering. Ball 1. Acosta, 2 innings, no runs. She's given up 1 hit, 1 walk, and now has 3 strikeouts in the game, all coming last inning. There's the strike called. 1-1 on an off-speed pitch. Weiss, the sophomore right fielder, steps out for a moment. And she's now with a 2-ball, 1-strike count as the pitch is low. Friday night on KDB.TV, it'll be Hastings at Scotts Bluff, 101.7 The Trail, plus KDB.TV. Seward will be at Gering. That'll be on 960 AM and 100.3 FM, called Strike. And we're at 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 out, nobody on. 6 straight have been retired by Acosta going back to the first inning. This will be lifted into right, and that'll be extra bases. Giving chase is Trevino. Pulling in at second base will be Weiss. So the first extra base hit, the second hit of the ball game for Gering. Weiss is first, keeps the inning going, and here's Island. Kiana Island. She had a 4-pitch walk her first time. Pitch will bounce in. Busey with a nice stop. Weiss, the runner at second. Alliance trying to get on the scoreboard here in the 3rd inning. 2-0. And it'll be ball 2 to Island. She has seen 6 pitches in the game. All have been outside the strike zone. There's the strike. 2 balls and a strike to Island. 2 out. Weiss, the runner at second base. Briley Dean waits on deck. She has the other hit for Gering. Popped up foul, out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes now as Acosta has come back from a 2-0 deficit to Island and has made the count 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 out, runner at second. And it'll be grounded foul. Stays 2-2. Island on top of that off-speed pitch. Drilled it into the ground. It's around on it a little quickly. Runner in scoring position for the junior first baseman from Gering. And she'll miss. Strike 3. So the 4th strikeout now for Acosta ends the inning. In the inning, there were no runs. There was a hit. There were no errors, and a runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Alliance leads 2-0 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Last school year, 17 students were honored as the Platte Valley Company's Star Student of the Week. Kids from Scottsbluff, Gering, Bridgeport, Bayard, Mitchell, and Banner County received winning nominations, and with the new school year underway, it's once again time for the public to nominate deserving K-12 students to be the next Star Student of the Week. How do you get your nomination in? Just go to pvbank.com, fill out the nomination form, and watch KNEB.TV News every Friday during the school year to see if your star student was selected.
It is never too early to start planning for retirement, and working with an experienced financial advisor can put you on the right path.
At Platte Valley Investment Center, our team of financial advisors will work with you every step of the way to maximize your retirement income.
Call me, Jody Rosiska, or Rick Morehouse, financial advisors, to set up your free, no-obligation consultation.
Raymond James Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Life well planned.
Monument Mall has been a huge part of the commercial retail market that has served the Scottsbluff Gering area for well over 2 decades. Many have the misconception that leasing or renting a retail commercial space at Monument Mall is not affordable. On the contrary, our retail spaces have never been more affordable than now. Often having several spaces to choose from for rental or lease options, we have kiosks and retail merchandising units available for your needs to help your business thrive. So don't hesitate. Feel free to give us a call. For more information, please contact Krista Pelster, our property manager, at 308-632-6000.
First pitch to Aubrey Garrett, fouled back here, leading off in the bottom of the 3rd inning for Alliance. She singled back in the 1st inning but was stranded. Alliance put a couple across in the 2nd. Ball 1 and strike 1 to Garrett as the pitch is upstairs. Pitcher J.C. Acosta is scheduled to hit next. There's a strike. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Garrett, the cleanup hitter. Busey had singled last inning, but Stokey was thrown out trying to go first to third. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So that one bounces in. Dean's in left field, Snelling in center, and Weiss in right for Gering. Josie Brown playing in a little bit at third base right now. Fouled away, it'll stay 2-2. Muir's the shortstop, Walker at second. Island is the first baseman. Catching is Hannah Swastosser and Bobby Claflin in the circle. 2-2 will miss low. 3 balls, 2 strikes now to Garrett. Lifted in the air, short right, and it'll be the second baseman, Maddie Walker, on the edge of the outfield grass to make the catch. There is a fairly severe drop-off. A lot of infields are made that way so they can drain, but if you get out into short right, you got to watch your footing because you're going to take a step and it'll go down a ways. J.C. Acosta up now. She popped out to Walker in the first inning of play. Ball 1. We're in the 3rd inning. If you just joined us, Alliance, a pair of runs in the 2nd, 1 earned, 1 unearned, as there were a couple of errors by the Gering defense. Ball 2 to J.C. Acosta. Brandy Seabaum will hit next. 1 out, nobody on. Claflin has given up 5 hits in the game so far, 1 walk. She does have 4 strikeouts. So 3-0 to Acosta. Walk came in the 2nd inning, and it came back to haunt Claflin because there were 2 outs and nobody on. 3-0 pitch is the automatic for a strike. 3-1. Trevino had walked, stole second, moved to third on a throwing error, and then scored on Shoemaker's double. There's ball 4. Acosta draws the 2nd walk, given up by Claflin. 1 out and 1 on, and here's Brandy Seabaum. Struck out in her first at-bat, looking back in the 1st inning. Claflin was the winning pitcher against Scottsbluff last Thursday night in the game on KDB.TV. There's a strike as Seabaum taking all the way. A lot of times after a pitcher has issued a walk, it's one of those things for a coach to say, let's just wait, see if she can bring it in. Squaring to bunt, but taking the pitch, and then Acosta, the runner at first, was down a good portion, but came back. Nobody in behind her to take the throw. So in no real danger. 1 ball, 1 strike now on Seabaum. Brown at third in a couple of steps. Big swing there. Seabaum taking a healthy cut after showing bunt on the previous pitch. So a ball, 2 strikes. There's 1 out, runner on. Alliance trying to expand that 2-0 lead. This will be lifted in the air. Shortstop Muir is back. She'll take this one for the out. So a couple of infield pop-ups that were actually in the short outfield make it 2 outs. Here's Deanna Acosta, the designated player. She struck out looking an inning ago. There were 2 outs, nobody on, and then Alliance caught fire. A walk, a double, an error, and a single, but then the runner was thrown out trying to advance first to third. We're going to have a courtesy runner here. Alliance will bring Kylie Adams in the game. Courtesy runner because it is the pitcher that was on base. 2 out, Adams the runner at first, and now Diana Acosta the senior. As JC Acosta the junior pitcher for Alliance. Strike one, taking all the way was Diana Acosta. Outfielder straight away, fairly deep. Off speeds fouled back into the screen. Strike 2 on Acosta. Alliance, pair of runs in the second. They have a runner on here in the third, but at first base. Fouled back again. So Acosta staying with the pitch, and it'll be 0-2 again. Peyton Gibson is on deck. Alliance, the home team, so they bat last. They're in the third base dugout. Checked swing. It'll be a ball and 2 strikes. Island just playing a step inside the baseline at first. Brown a couple of steps at third. Middle infielders pretty shallow, just back of the baseline a bit. Sharp grounder, nice stab by Walker. She'll throw for the out. And the inning is over. There were no runs, no hits. There were no errors, and there was a runner left aboard for Alliance. We're through 3. 2-0 Alliance on the West Coast scoreboard.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
What are you waiting for? A 6-year limited powertrain warranty? Savings on performance-matched implements? 0% APR financing for up to 5 years. Head down to your local Kubota dealer before September 30th and take advantage of this incredible offer on the BX Series, America's best-selling subcompact tractor. Kubota, this is what we do.
Come into Sandberg Implement, your local Kubota dealer.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gering.
Top of the 4th for Gering. Cleanup hitter Briley Dean leads it off. Kelly Snelling and a splash tosser behind her. Check swing. It'll be a strike anyway. So far, Acosta has given up 2 hits, a single, a double. She's walked 1, has struck out 4, and has not allowed a run. Swing, and it's foul tipped. Quickly, 0-2 to Dean. She singled to left her first time. That was after Island had walked. So Gering had 2 on with 2 out, but could not score in that first inning. Grounder toward the Alliance dugout. Stays 0-2. Costa's walk was on 4 pitches to Island in the first inning after there were 2 outs, and since then, very few batters have gotten past a 2-ball count. That will be high, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. In fact, looks like nobody has had 3 balls on them since Island had that 3-0 count and walked. This will be looped towards short, and Shoemaker makes the stab for the out. 1 out. Here's Kelly Snelling. Grounded to Stokey at third her first time. Costa waiting for her to get dug in that third base box before going into her motion. And the pitch hits the plate, ball one. Splashdosser on deck. Josie Brown behind her if Gering can get a base runner here. Another one low, so ball two. In fact, the only base runners Gering has had, two in the first, one in the third, have been with two outs and nobody on. It's 3-0. So there's the first batter to have a 3-ball count since Island back in the first inning against J.C. Acosta, the Alliance pitcher. And there's ball four. Second walk issued by J.C. Acosta. And the first time Gering's had a base runner before there were two outs. So here's Splashdosser. She was one of 3 strikeouts by Acosta in the second inning. 1 out and 1 on. Takes the strike. That one slipped out of her hand, and moving to second will be Snelling on the play. Wild pitch moves Snelling into scoring position. Splashdosser now with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Gering down a pair. 2 balls and a strike as Acosta all of a sudden starting to struggle with her control a bit. 6 of the last 7 pitches have missed the strike zone. That'll be grounded towards shortstop. Shoemaker has it. She'll throw and get the out. Waiting was the runner at second, Snelling, until the ball was released from Shoemaker's hand, and she will move to third on the play. So 2 out, and that'll leave it up to Josie Brown. Brown, a strikeout victim in the second, one of the 4 that J.C. Acosta has in the game. But 2 out, runner at third. Pitch will miss as Brown had shown bunt. Pulled the bat back. Stokey at third had moved in a bit. Now she's in even closer. And at first, Garrett also wanting to play in tight. And that one will be bunted foul. So a ball and a strike to Brown. Strategy here for Brown probably that in that first time she struck out on 4 pitches, trying to make contact, make the defense get the play for the final out. Swing, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes as she comes up empty on that one. Acosta still with a shutout going. 2 outs, runner at third here in the 4th inning. Juggles the ball in her pitching hand until she's ready. And it'll be chopped towards second. And it's off of the glove. Safe at first will be Josie Brown. Tough play for Peyton Gibson, but it was off the edge of the glove. And that will allow Snelling to score. And it's a 2-1 ball game. Had an error, so no RBI on the play as Snelling comes in to score. But it keeps the inning going. Brown now the tying run as Kelsey Bonsack comes up. Ball 1. So 2-1. Gering getting on the board here in the visitors' half of the 4th inning. Check swing. It'll be a ball. 2 balls, no strikes now. Center fielder Mannion has shifted over just a bit into right center, expecting a late swing by Bonsack. That pitch misses, so 3 balls, no strikes. All of a sudden, Alliance dugout a little quiet compared to the Gering one, as momentum seemingly shifting here, but it's still an Alliance lead of 2-1. Fouled away, first base side. Callista Muir waiting on deck. I believe they had called one of those pitches a strike that I had a ball, so I think it's 2-2. I can't see the scoreboard from here, but I believe they've gone 2-2 on the count. Grounder hit toward third. Stokey has it. She'll gun it over for the out. And the inning is over, but Alliance does come up with a run. It was on no hits, there was an error, and there was a runner left aboard. We're in the middle of the fourth. Alliance 2, Gering 1 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Monument Mall has been a huge part of the commercial retail market that has served the Scottsbluff Gering area for well over 2 decades. Many have the misconception that leasing or renting a retail commercial space at Monument Mall is not affordable. On the contrary, our retail spaces have never been more affordable than now. Often having several spaces to choose from for rental or lease options, we have kiosks and retail merchandising units available for your needs to help your business thrive. So don't hesitate. Feel free to give us a call. For more information, please contact Krista Pelster, our property manager, at 308-632-6000.
Have a ball this fall getting your property in shape with a new John Deere compact tractor. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all compacts, like the hard-working One Family and the economical 3E series. And get $500 off with the purchase of 2 qualifying implements that turn your tractor into the workhorse it was built to be. Clean up your property and clean up on savings with John Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
This is low, ball 1. Claflin through 3 innings, couple of runs, 1 earned, 5 hits, 4 singles, a double, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Ball 2. 1 downstairs and 1 upstairs. Claflin backed away for a moment, getting her composure, looks to the coach in the dugout. And it'll miss for ball 3. Gibson up 3-0, leading off here in the 4th inning. There's 3-1. Only in the 1st inning did Alliance get their leadoff batter on, but it was the 2nd inning when they scored the 2, and that was after 2 out. Line drive to Walker at second is caught for the out. Here's Callista Trevino. Walked and ended up scoring the 1st run of the ball game back in the 2nd. As a stolen base, moved to 3rd on an error, but she would have scored from 2nd on Shoemaker's ground rule double. So it was an earned run. However, when Shoemaker came in, it was because of an error, so an unearned run. There's a strike called. In the 4th, scheduled 7-inning ball game. Grounded foul off of the plate, strike 2. Game hasn't been going for an hour as of yet, and we're in the 4th. Righty against righty. Alliance all right-handed batters. Gering has 1 lefty. Popped up, out of play, first base side. So stays 0-2. Janae Shoemaker, dangerous hitter, waiting on deck. Gering would just as soon face her with nobody on. There's a sharp grounder up the middle, hit the second base bag, goes on into center. Snelling brings it back in, and Trevino on for the second time. So runner at first, 1 out for Shoemaker. That is the 6th Alliance hit. All have been singles except Shoemaker's double in the second. Shoemaker singled in the first, doubled in the second. Her first at-bat since then, coming here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Strike called. Brown at third, guarding the line, also a couple of steps in. Big swing by Shoemaker, makes it strike 2. Trevino, the runner at first, 1 down. Elise Stokey on deck. Alliance in the home half of the 4th inning. Line drive, center field, that's hit well. It'll bounce off of the base of the wall. Trevino motors to third and will stay there. So Shoemaker with her second double in a row. Right center field chases Trevino all the way to third. And with only 1 down, runners at second and third, toughest defensive situation you can see. On the diamond, Stokey is singled and lived on an error. She'll foul this one off, strike 1. So Shoemaker, a perfect 3 for 3 in the game. She's at second, Trevino at third. Alliance trying to expand their lead. Off speed, drops low. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Check swing, ball 2. Erica Busey's on deck. Alliance threatening here in the 4th to expand their lead. Scooped up by Splastasser. It'll be 3 balls and a strike. Stokey requesting time to get a couple of practice swings in. And perhaps to make Bobby Claflin wait for it. Claflin ready, and the pitch misses low. So ball 4, that'll load the bases up, but really it sets a force at the plate now for Gering. Third walk, Claflin is issued. Busey's 1 for 2, singled her last time. Sharp single up the middle. Stokey was thrown out trying to go first to third on the hit. So bases loaded and 1 down. Corner infielders will play in. Ball 1. Dean in left, Snelling in center, Weiss in right. Popped up out of play first base side. Ball and a strike. Big swing will make it strike 2. Busey down, a ball and 2 strikes in the count now. Trevino at third, Shoemaker at second, Stokey at first. The runners for Alliance. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll be the 5th strikeout Claflin has in the game. Her first since the 2nd inning, and that one was needed. Here's Aubrey Garrett, a single and a pop-up to second. 1 for 2 in the game. She'll swing and miss, strike 1. Claflin into the motion, and a strike. 0-2. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases still loaded, of course. Alliance trying to add to their lead. They left them loaded in the first after 3 singles out of the first 4 batters of the ball game. Fouled out of play. Staying alive is Aubrey Garrett. A ball, 2 strikes. Junior first baseman steps back in. And Claflin delivers. It'll miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Popped up foul. That'll get out of play on the first base side, despite Island giving every effort to get to that one. Will stay 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners poised to take off, and it'll be foul tipped. Back into the mask of Splastasser. So this will be the 8th pitch that Garrett will see in this at-bat. She has proved to be a difficult out. Reaches out, protecting the plate, fouls it away. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Umpire's probably going to be running out of supply of softballs here in a moment. Again at 2 balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded, 2 outs. It's grounded to shortstop. Taking it in is Muir. She'll throw to first. Island has it for the out, and Alliance is turned away with the bases loaded again. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and the bases left loaded. We're through 4. Alliance leads it 2-1 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Stack up on some great savings with State Farm agent Kerr Heilbrun from Gering, Nebraska. Kerr Heilbrun can help you save hundreds by adding your renter's policy to your auto insurance. Think of it as insurance with the cherry on top. Get to a better state. Call Kerr Heilbrun today.
Bye, Mom. Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Why wait? With the affordable John Deere 3E Series tractor, you can clear the chore list in no time. Go from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Bring a 3E home today for just $139 per month. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Alliance continuing to lead as Gering bats here in the visitors' half of the 5th inning, scoring a run last inning to make it a 2-1 ball game. Talista Muir, the shortstop, will lead it off. That's ball 1. Grounded to Shoemaker at shortstop in her only at-bat of the game. We've been playing for just at an hour. We've got 4 innings in this one. 2-1 Alliance leading it. Grounder chopped over to Shoemaker again. And the throw will be in time. No, pulled her foot. Pulled her foot, so safe at first will be Muir. That'll have to be an error on the throw and a runner on with nobody down. Big stretch by Garrett there, but foot came off the base apparently. Coach Palamo wanting to check with the umpire on that one. And here's Bobby Claflin. Hitless in 2 tries in this one. Had a 3-hit game last week. And now the pitch is low and gets by Busey. So Muir goes into scoring position. Tying run at second. Claflin, a fly to center. Fly into short center that Shoemaker went back and made the grab, and we'll take a timeout very briefly for Alliance here as the coach wants to make sure they're settled down. Remember, Thursday night On 101.7 The Trail and here on KDB.TV. It's Alliance at Scottsbluff in volleyball action. Friday night, same stations, 101.7 on the radio and on KDB.TV. Hastings at Scottsbluff in football. On 9:60 a.m., we will have Seward at Gering in football. Jeff Kelly will have that one. Ready to go. The pitch will get away again, but not far enough for Muir to risk heading to third base. Claflin up 2-0 with a runner at second. Grounded foul at the plate. Strike one. 2 balls, 1 strike on Claflin. Runner at second represents the tying run in this ball game. Alliance struck with a pair in the second inning. 1 in the fourth for Gering. Grounded foul at the plate again, so it'll be 2-2. Claflin to be followed by Maddie Weiss, the sophomore right fielder. And we've gone to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, runner at second. Top of the order, Bobby Claflin. Foul tips that one into the umpire's chest protector. So it'll stay 3-2. Claflin up there for what will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Waits on it, pops it into short center. It'll be trouble, it'll fall. And moving to third on the play will be Muir. So Claflin with a single into right center. And there are runners at the corners with nobody down. That's the 3rd hit for Gering in the ball game. Looks like we may have a courtesy runner for Claflin here as Coach Gonzalez down to talk with the home plate umpire. And now we are in agreement on that, and it'll be Kiera Awayo. Awayo, the courtesy runner. She represents the go-ahead run at first base now. Muir the tying run at third for Maddie Weiss, the left-handed batter. Ball 1. Alliance expecting the delayed steal to attempt Ayayo going to second and perhaps allowing Muir to score. Ball 2. With the count 2-0, I would think Coach Gonzalez might not be sending the runner here. Waiting to see how the count develops. It's 3-0. Weiss doubled the last time up, grounded to second in the first inning. There's a strike. 3-1. Ayayo, the runner at first. Muir, the runner at third for Gering. Alliance up by 1. And it's grounded foul to make the count full. Island waiting on deck. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Grounded sharply. That'll score the run. Throw to second will force Ayayo. That'll be the first out. But coming in to score is Muir. And Muir getting the RBI on the fielder's choice. So a run comes home. It's 2-2. And hold on a minute. Now, what do we got? We're going to have the batter called out, apparently. I think they're saying that the runner going down perhaps interfered with a possible throw to first base. So the batter will be out, but the run has scored. And it will be a kind of a roundabout double play. And here is Island taking strike one. The run is home. And we are tied at 2-2. Popped up. That's out of play on the first base side. Strike two on Island. She had a pretty good cut at that one. Trying to get a couple of softballs in play and a couple out of play that have been disfigured slightly. So now ready to go. Island trying to keep the inning alive. And that one goes all the way back to the screen. Ball one, strike two. Cleanup hitter Briley Dean is on deck. Off-speed pitch misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Grounder into left field for Island. She'll have the base hit. Makes the turn, forces the throw in, and that keeps the inning going for Briley Dean. So the second hit of the inning, that'll be the 4th of the ball game that Gering has picked up off Acosta. Keeps the inning going for Briley Dean, who is 1 for 2. There's a strike. Dean singled in the first, soft liner to Shoemaker at short in the 4th inning. Batting again here in the 5th as Gering got some production going after that. Ripped foul, strike 2. Dean late on the cut, hit it hard, but Acosta nearly had that one by her. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, runner on. Checked swing, throw to first, and Island is back in safely. Dean now with a ball, 2 strikes. Right back to the pitcher, stabbed by J.C. Acosta. She'll throw for the out. In the inning, 1 run, 2 hits. No, 1 error, excuse me. 1 error at the start of the inning out, and a runner left aboard. Middle of the 5th, tied up 2-2 between Alliance and Gering on the West Coast scoreboard.
Where can you find gifts for everyone? TC and More. That's where. Come in and look at what you've been missing. Gifts for the ladies. Gifts to remember. The gift of light. Gifts for your home. Gifts for the kids. Gifts for the Husker fan. For the perfect gift, stop in and visit TC and More, downtown Scottsbluff. And remember, TC and More still has all of your children's educational materials.
Stack up on some great savings with State Farm agent Care Heilbron from Gering, Nebraska. Care Heilbron can help you save hundreds by adding your renter's policy to your auto insurance. Think of it as insurance with the cherry on top. Get to a better state. Call Care Heilbron today.
Bottom of the 5th inning, 2-2. Alliance trying to regain the lead. They scored twice in the 2nd, and then 4th and 5th innings. Gering pushing unearned runs across both times. Alliance with 2 errors in the game, and they have come back to haunt them. Of course, Gering had an error that cost them an unearned run in that second inning. Here's JC Acosta. She'll take a strike. Acosta has popped to second and walked. Batting here in the home half of the 5th inning as the sun gets to the horizon. It's cooling off a bit here in Alliance. Ball 1. 1-1. Brandy Seabaum waiting on deck. Trying to bunt it and foul tipping it will be Acosta. Strike 2. Island at first, Brown at third, playing inside the bag some. Middle infielders, Walker at second, Muir at short, just barely behind the baselines. They're in fairly shallow themselves. Checking her swing, Acosta now with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Wasn't expected to be overly hot today. There's one looped into right, and it's over the head of Weiss as she made the attempt. And pulling in at second base will be JC Acosta. That'll be the 2nd extra base hit. The 8th hit now in the ball game by Alliance, and they have the go-ahead run at second base with nobody down. Here's Brandy Seabaum, 0 for 2, a strikeout and a pop-up to short. So the Gering defense, again, tight at the corners. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. Could have thrown to third because the runner was hung out, but Seabaum thrown out at first for the out. And with 1 out, runner at third, here's Diana Acosta, the designated player. Slight wind blowing out here at Alliance. We've seen some doubles tonight. Shoemaker has 2, Acosta has 1. That's JC Acosta for Alliance. And Gering also adding to extra bases. Called strike to Diana Acosta. One out, runner at third. Strike called again. No balls, 2 strikes. Forecast calling for the temperature to be in the 50s by the time this game gets over. There's one popped up over toward us on the first base side, and Island running into the fence trying to make the grab. Couldn't hang on, and it'll stay at no balls, 2 strikes. Tough opportunity there with the fence looming. Just a little bit more, and TJ and I could have had a grab at it without a glove, I guess. Grounder back up the middle. That'll score the run. Throw goes to first, and it's low by Muir. And safe at first base will be Acosta. Acosta on the error. She will get the run batted in because the runner from third was scoring going on the contact. So the lead has gone back to Alliance at 3-2. So instead of 2 out, nobody on, it's 1 out, runner at first, a run home. And we are going to see runner come in for Alliance, and that will be Morgan Moomey for her first appearance. Moomey to run for Diana Acosta. Not a courtesy runner, this would be a pinch runner. And Gering taking a timeout there to go over things. Acosta had led off the inning. That was JC Acosta with the double, and that ultimately has given the lead back to Alliance here at 3-2. even though Diana Acosta got on the error, JC Acosta, or her runner, I think she did have Adams in again as a courtesy runner, would have scored on the play, so an earned run. 3-2, a run nonetheless. Here's Peyton Gibson, a strikeout, soft liner to Walker at second base. And showing bunt, but missing. Strike one on Gibson. Runners at first base. Mummy waited to make sure there was contact before she took off. All the infielders were moving on the play, that's for sure. Popped up foul third base side, going back and making a difficult catch will be Josie Brown over her head for the second out in the inning. And now it's Calista Trevino hitting number 9 in the order. She's been on twice. She scored after walking in the second and ended up being stranded at third after singling in the fourth inning of play. High for a ball. Island about even with the baseline at first. Brown in a couple of steps at third. Sharp grounder, and Island has it go off her glove. Walker knocks it down, tries to scoop it to first, can't get her. Island throws to third. And I think, yep, safe. Hard shot by Trevino down the line that Island, just a heck of a job to even get a glove on it. It ricocheted over by Walker, and of course she was running over to back the play up, and it bounced away from her. By the time she picked it up, she scooped it to first in a futile attempt to get the out, and Mummy went to third on the play and slid in, perhaps jamming her knee a bit on the base. So Trevino will be ruled with a base hit. That'll be the second of the inning, and then Island's throw to third just a hairbreadth short of getting there in time, and we are going to have a runner for the runner now. Well, Diana Acosta will come back in to replace Mummy. So the re-entry rule, she'll be back in. So runners at the corners, 2 out. And guess who? Janae Shoemaker, dangerous hitter for Alliance. A single, 2 doubles, a run scored, a run batted in. Alliance taking the lead back at 3-2. This is a big at-bat. She'll foul it back, strike one. So 0-1 on Shoemaker. She is the 6th batter this inning. Off speed misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Diana Costa, the runner at third base. Trevino, the runner at first. Popped up. It'll be in foul territory and is out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Shoemaker has gotten her hits early in the count. Second pitch in the first inning, first pitch in the second inning, and third pitch in the fourth inning. This will be the 4th pitch she's seen here in the 5th inning. And she'll foul tip it. Stays at a ball, 2 strikes. Elise Stokey on deck yet for Alliance. Lifted into right. Under it, Weiss has it for the out. So the inning is over, but Alliance does take the lead back. They get 1 run on 2 hits. Their 8th and 9th of the ball game. Gering did have an error, And there were 2 runners left aboard. We're through 5. Alliance leads at 3-2 on the West Coast scoreboard.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gering, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gering at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
There's nothing more important than the roof over your head. And when it comes to shingles, ZM Lumber has one of the largest inventories you'll find anywhere. At ZM Lumber, they love Malarkey, Malarkey Legacy, and Highlander architectural shingles. You know, you can actually save money on homeowners insurance when you use the Malarkey Legacy Class 4 UL 2218 shingles, where quality and value still count. ZM Lumber and Home Center, your lumber one since 1971.
Gering finds themselves in a familiar position, trying to come from behind. They have never led, but they had tied the game at 2. And now trail 3-2 as Kelly Snelling looks at a pitch high, ball 1. Single runs in the 4th and 5th had tied the game at 2, but a run in the bottom of the 5th has given Alliance that 3-2 lead again. Ball 2 to Snelling. She walked and scored in the 4th inning of play and grounded out in the 1st inning. Showing bunt, just trying to distract J.C. Acosta. Pulls the bat back, and it'll miss, low and inside. So it's 3 balls, no strikes on Snelling. Hannah Splastasser waiting on deck. Three and 1 now is the called strike. Line down the line, they'll say fair ball, and Snelling around first. She'll pull in at second base with the tying run at second after a leadoff double right down the line that kicked up Lime for the fair foul indicator. That'll be the 2nd extra base hit that Gering has in the ball game. And Splastasser had come to the plate, but are we going to have a pinch hitter for her? Looks like we will, and that will be Stamper. Sam Stamper will bat in place of Splastasser. Snelling at second. 3-2, Alliance leading. We're in the 6th. Scheduled 7-inning ball game. And she bunts it down the third base side. Stokey picks it up, fires for the out, but the runner moves up. So Stamper with the successful sacrifice bunt. Snelling moves 60 feet closer, and it's Josie Brown. She struck out, lived on an error. Brown, the senior third baseman. Inside with the pitch, ball 1. 3-2 Alliance, the tying run on third base. We're in the next to last inning. Gering batting in the top half of the 6th. Shows bunt, offers at it, it'll be a strike. So 1-1 to Brown. Snelling at third base, center fielder, so usually you figure your center fielder's going to have some good speed. 2 balls and a strike. Outfielders playing in fairly shallow for Brown. And the pitch will miss. So 3 balls and a strike. Kelsey Bonsack waits on deck. Acosta has given up Runs in the fourth and in the fifth, neither were earned. There's a strike. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner at third. Battle between J.C. Acosta and Josie Brown. She'll hit it to shortstop. It'll score the run, and the throw goes wild after Brown had reached base as Shoemaker couldn't handle it cleanly. On the error is Brown, but again, she'll get a run batted in because Snelling was going on contact and would have scored whether or not that ball was handled cleanly. So we're tied up again. 3-3. Catcher Erica Busey goes out to talk with her pitcher, J.C. Acosta, for a moment. And now Bonsack with a runner on second base because Brown had moved up. Fouled away. Bonsack taking a healthy cut at the first one. So no balls and a strike. 3-3, runner at second. This will be lifted into center and hit well. Back, and it's off of the fence. Mannion gets tangled up in the fence. A run will score. No, they've got a runner hung up between home and third, and the throw was late, and Gering has taken the lead. Bonsack felt that the runner, Brown, would score, but she had held up, then went on in, and inexplicably, no throw going to the plate. Bonsack will get credit for a triple, but not really a run batted in, as the runner had held up, went back, and then came to the plate, and no throw coming in. So we've got timeout for Alliance to talk things over here a bit. Gering has put 2 runs across in the inning. Kelly Snelling with the leadoff double. Brown got on the error after a sacrifice by Sam Stamper. Had moved Snelling to third. Snelling scoring on that error. Brown, with her getting on an error, that's an unearned run, but a run that has given Gering the lead. Callista Muir takes high, ball 1. Bonsack hit that ball just about as far as you can hit and still have it be in the ballpark. Delivery to Muir will be a strike. So 1-1. 2 runs home in the inning. A runner at third, 1 down. And 4-3 Gering. Fouled back. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Muir. Claflin waiting on deck. And strike 3. Muir becomes the 5th strikeout of the ball game. For J.C. Acosta, it makes 2 out, and Bobby Claflin with a chance for an insurance run. Bonsack the runner at third. 2 outs though. Claflin singled her last time. She's 1 for 3. It's low. So 1 ball, no strikes. Gering now with 6 hits in the ball game. 3 singles, 2 doubles, a triple. Check swing. This is a called strike. One and 1, 2 out, runner at third. It'll miss outside. 2 balls, a strike. is in. And it's high. 3 balls and a strike to Claflin, so she can be selective on this one. Wind is blowing out. I'd mentioned earlier, about a 7 to 10 mile an hour breeze. Grounder right back up the middle. That's through for the base hit. Mannion will get it back in quickly, but Bonsack will score. And on the second straight hit by Claflin, she gives her team an insurance run. So 3 runs across. 3 hits in the inning. And it's Maddie Weiss to see if she can keep things going here. Ball 1. Claflin running for herself. Ohio had come into courtesy run last time. Strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Weiss, the sophomore right fielder. She's doubled and grounded to second. Strike called. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Three runs across for Gering in the inning if you just joined us. And they now lead it 5-3. Swing and a miss. And the inning is over. But not before Gering gets 3 runs on 3 hits. There was an error, and there was a runner left aboard. So into the bottom of the 6th inning now. Our score is Gering 5, Alliance 3 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gering, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gering at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
After runs being few and far in between in the early innings, Alliance did lead 2-0 into the 4th. But then a run in the 4th, a run in the 5th for Gering tied it up. Alliance scored in the bottom of the inning, take the lead. And now 3 runs across for Gering in the top of the 6th. This will be fouled away, strike 1. Ball sailed right over our head at our broadcast location here, but we are protected by a chain link fence on anything right at us. So we can rest easy. 1 ball, 1 strike as the pitch narrowly misses as Elise Stokey leading off here in the Alliance 6th inning. She'll rip it into right field for a base hit. The ball's going to bounce away but be grabbed by Weiss, and Stokey with her 2nd hit. 3rd time she's been on in the ball game. She had a walk in the 4th inning of play. So just like that, Alliance threatens again. That's their 10th hit of the ball game. This will be popped up foul, but will get down before it can be fielded. Third baseman Josie Brown was close. Splastosser, who's back in after the pinch hitter on the re-entry rule, is doing the catching again. So strike 1 on Erica Busey. She singled once, struck out twice. Stokey, the runner at first. Tying run is at the plate here in the next to last inning. Ripped into right. and making the catch and a double play. Wow, Weiss makes the catch. Busey the first out and doubling Stokey off base for the first double play of the ball game. So 2 outs and cleanup hitter Aubrey Garrett to see if she can get the Alliance offense jump started again here in the inning. It'll miss low, ball 1. Garrett singled in the first, popped to Walker at second, grounded to Muir at shortstop in the third, or in the fourth inning it would have been. So 1 for 3 in the game. Takes the pitch low and away, ball 2. Nobody on after that double play. Busey lining out as Weiss made the catch. Now 3-0 to Garrett, so she has a good chance of keeping the inning going. J.C. Acosta, who doubled last time, waits on deck. And she's on a 4-pitch walk. So Garrett trots to first with the 4th walk issued by Claflin in the ball game. Now J.C. Acosta. As we said, Acosta with a double last time. She walked previously and had a fly ball to second. Gering's going to talk things over, and we're going to see a runner come in for Alliance. That'll be Thaila Gonzalez. This a pinch runner, not a courtesy runner, because Garrett is the third baseman. Four walks in the game by Claflin have caused her some angst. One of them just occurring. Puts a runner on with 2 out here in the 6th inning of play. We're ready to go again. Gonzalez running for Garrett. High with the pitch, ball 1. Acosta, a double and a run scored last inning. It's J.C. Acosta. Walked in the 3rd and popped to second in the 1st inning of play. Tying run at the plate. That will miss. Gonzalez still at first. There's a strike, 2-2. Gonzalez at first base. Stokey had led off with a single, but was doubled off after the liner by Busey was caught in right field. Popped out of play. It'll stay 2-2. J.C. Acosta digs in, pops it into short right. It'll be caught by Maddie Walker. And what started very kindly for Alliance in the inning ends with no runs. They get that on 1 hit. There were no errors and a runner left aboard. We go to the 7th. Gering leads it 5-3 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Exceptional care, right here at home. That's the mission of Morrill County Community Hospital. Morrill County Community Hospital is a 20-bed critical access hospital that owns and operates clinics throughout Bridgeport, including specialty outreach clinics and Morrill County Home Health Clinic, as well as Chimney Rock Medical Center, located in Bayard. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time at Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska.
Island will lead it off for Gering here in the 7th inning. Gering leading at 5-3, scoring 3 in the 6th to take their first lead of the ball game. Island is 1 for 2, walk, strikeout, and a single. Ball 1. Gering has left 6 runners aboard through 6 innings. Alliance has left 11 on base in the ball game so far. Bases loaded in the first inning, kind of an indication of what was happening here. Fouled back, 1 ball, 1 strike now on Island. Garrett back in at first base. She had been pinch run for. Island checks her swing, so it's 2 balls and a strike. Briley Dean, the freshman cleanup hitter, waits on deck. Island pops it out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes now on the Gering first baseman. She's leading off here in the 7th inning. Gering with a 2-run lead. We go to a full count. 3-2 to Island. She has walked once. J.C. Acosta has only walked a pair in the game, but there's Island on for the 2nd time with a walk. So the 3rd walk puts the leadoff batter aboard here in the 7th inning of play. Riley Dean, 1 for 3. Ball 1. Throw to first, but Island was back. Grounded toward third base. Stokey will field and can't come up with it cleanly. Everybody is safe. So Island moves to second on the play. Dean will be safe on the 4th error of the game against Alliance. And here's Kelly Snelling, who led off with a double last inning that got her in with the tying run, and then 2 more insurance runs after that. We've got timeout. Alliance will gather in the middle of the field, talk things over. 5-3, we'll hold it here. Reminder, Thursday night, not only on 101.7 The Trail, but here on KNB.TV, it'll be Alliance at Scottsbluff in volleyball. 6:45 scheduled start, depending, of course, on the preliminary game. Then Friday night, high school football, 101.7 The Trail again, and Hastings at Scottsbluff. That'll be on KNB.TV also. Also Friday night, Seward will be at Gering. That'll be on 960 AM and 100.3 FM. Jeff Kelly will have the call on that one. So 2 on, nobody out. J.C. Acosta trying to limit the damage here. Strike called to Snelling. A grounder to third, a walk, and a double. A couple of runs scored in this game for Snelling. No RBI, but she has a chance now with Island, the runner, at second. Ball 1. Splashtosser waiting on deck. Island at second, Dean at first, the runners for Gering. Off speed, grounded past the third baseman. Shoemaker picks it up and tags Island for the out. So Snelling will be on a fielder's choice, but a heads-up play by The shortstop, Janae Shoemaker, gets the first out. Island tagged going over to third. Dean moves to second. Snelling on at first. And Splashtosser now to bat. She was pinch hit for as Stamper came in, laid down a sacrifice bunt an inning ago. So Splashtosser a strikeout and a ground out, 0 for 2. But back in the game now. She is the catcher on defense. High with the pitch. Ball 1. But Shoemaker with a nice play, because if she doesn't tag Island, she doesn't have a chance at first base. Gering would have had him loaded up and nobody down. Popped up. One ball, one strike on Splashtosser. Josie Brown waits on deck. Gering trying to run their record to 4-1. Ground ball to third. And trying to pick it up hurriedly. Missing it was Stokey, but guess what? Shoemaker again. She'll pick the ball up and tag the base for the out. So another fielder's choice. First and second and 2 down now as Shoemaker keeping her team in this one. Here's Josie Brown. Lived on errors twice, has struck out once, she's scored, and she has a run batted in. Strike 1 called. Shoemaker was backing Stokey up, grabbed it, touched the base for the force out. Heads up play defensively for her. Josie Brown down 0-1. Grounds it. It's off Stokey's glove. Shoemaker. And she tags the runner again. I'll tell you what, there's 3 plays in a row that were simply outstanding defensively to keep Gering off the board. In the inning, there will be no runs. There was a walk and an error, and 2 runners left aboard. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Alliance needs 2 to tie, 3 to win on the West Coast scoreboard.
There's nothing more important than the roof over your head. And when it comes to shingles, ZM Lumber has one of the largest inventories you'll find anywhere. At ZM Lumber, they love Malarkey, Malarkey Legacy, and Highlander architectural shingles. You know, you can actually save money on homeowners insurance when you use the Malarkey Legacy Class 4 UL 2218 shingles, where quality and value still count. ZM Lumber and Home Center, your lumber one since 1971.
It is never too early to start planning for retirement, and working with an experienced financial advisor can put you on the right path.
At Platte Valley Investment Center, our team of financial advisors will work with you every step of the way to maximize your retirement income.
Call me, Jody Rosiska, or Rick Morehouse, financial advisors, to set up your free, no-obligation consultation.
Raymond James Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Life well planned.
We're into the bottom of the 7th. Alliance needs a pair to tie, 3 to win. Gering leading it 5-3 despite only 1 earned run. Of course, out of Alliance's 3, 1 is unearned. We've had some errors that have caused some problems. Alliance has left 11 runners on base through 6 innings. They will have Brandy Seabaum, the left fielder. A strikeout, she's 0 for 3 in the game. Hitting 6th in the order, and she'll lash it up the middle for a base hit. So the tying run comes to the plate. So 5-3, but leadoff batter aboard. And now Diana Acosta, the designated player. 0 for 3, she has lived on an error and had a run batted in on that play. Runner would have scored whether or not the error was committed. She also has struck out once. Looks at a pitch high. Seabaum, the runner at first. Acosta, this is Diana Acosta, batting for Alliance. Popped up in the infield. Walker at second makes the call, makes the grab. 1 down. And now it'll be Peyton Gibson. She struck out in the second, hit a soft liner to Walker at second in the fourth, and fouled out to Brown outside the third base bag in the fifth inning. So 0 for 3. One of the 5 strikeouts Claflin has in the game. We may have a pinch hitter here. Yep, we will. So the pinch hitter will be Anna Flood. Flood is senior for Coach Carlos Palamo. Just heard Coach Palamo yelling to his runner at first, Seabaum, make sure you slide. A couple of innings ago, that's why the double play was called on Gering, because the runner didn't slide. So here's Flood, batting with 1 out and 1 on in the last inning. Pitch misses, throw to first, not in time. Seabaum, the runner at first. Now the throw gets away. A routine throw, and the runner will get second base. Nope, they're going to say time had been called. Time had been called, so the runner doesn't get to move up. Seabaum trots back to first. Flood with a 1-ball, no strike count. Fouled back, 1 ball, 1 strike. Brown at third in a couple of steps, also protecting the line. Muir at shortstop, only a couple of steps behind the base path. Same story for Walker at second, and Island playing in at first. Low, scooped out by Splastasser. 2 balls and a strike. Grounded, taken in by Brown. She throws high to second, comes down on the base. Maddie Walker with the play. Walker makes the catch and comes down, and that's going to bring Carlos Palamo out to have a chat. Going in at second base, Seabaum on a bang-bang play is going to be called out. So that is the second out. Flood on a fielder's choice, and it'll leave it up to the number 9 hitter, Callista Trevino. You think number 9 hitter, no problems, right? Well, she's been on base all 3 times. A walk, 2 singles. That last time she hit one sharply that Island got a glove on and deflected it. But it was simply hit harder than an ordinary effort would have attained an out. She has 1 run scored in the game. The tying run at the plate. Ball 1. Flood, the runner at first base. We have 2 outs in the inning. Alliance needing 2 to tie. There's ball 2. Thursday night, Alliance will be in Scotts Bluff for volleyball. 101.7 The Trail on the radio, KDB.TV. We'll also be there. Chris Cottrell will have the call for you. Line drive, left field. Dean will bring it back into play. Flood holds at second, not wanting to take any chances with 2 out. And Trevino on base all 4 times in this game. That'll be the 11th hit Alliance has in the contest. 12th hit, correction. So it's the top of the order. The defensive star a half inning ago, keeping Alliance in it, Janae Shoemaker. Low, ball 1. So far, Shoemaker 3 for 4, a couple of doubles. Tying run at first. Ripped over the second baseman, Walker. That's going to score at least one. Here comes the throw in. The second run comes to the plate, and we are tied up at 5-all. Shoemaker with 2 RBI on the play, a shot to right center. The 4th double Alliance has in the ball game, and 3 of them are from Shoemaker. Scoring on the play, Flood from second, and Trevino scoring from first. So now the winning run is at second base for Alliance. Pitch will be strike one to Stokey. Stokey has singled twice, walked once, lived on an error. Ball and a strike. Winning run at second base, Janae Shoemaker. Stokey the batter. Popped up. Walker underneath it. She's got it. In the inning, Alliance will score 2 runs. They get those on 3 base hits. There were no errors and a runner left aboard. Through 7, it's 5-5 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Exceptional care, right here at home. That's the mission of Morrill County Community Hospital. Morrill County Community Hospital is a 20-bed critical access hospital that owns and operates clinics throughout Bridgeport, including specialty outreach clinics and Morrill County Home Health Clinic, as well as Chimney Rock Medical Center, located in Bayard. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time at Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska.
What are you waiting for? A 6-year limited powertrain warranty? Savings on performance-matched implements? 0% APR financing for up to 5 years. Head down to your local Kubota dealer before September 30th and take advantage of this incredible offer on the BX Series, America's best-selling subcompact tractor. Kubota. This is what we do.
Come into Sandberg Implement, your local Kubota dealer.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gering.
And 5-5 our score. Umpire and Coach Gonzalez having some questioning going on, and I don't think it's about a call or anything, but trying to find out for sure. Maybe re-entry rule and things of that sort here. Well, Gering scored 3 in the 6th inning to take a 5-3 lead, but Alliance comes back with 2 in the bottom of the 7th to tie it, and they had the winning run on at second base. So now in the international tiebreaker, I think that's they were just trying to discuss to make sure how they get things set. It will be Stamper running at second. So what they do is the last out of the previous inning becomes the base runner, but this will be Stamper running for Brown. So she's at second. Nobody down. Kelsey Bonsack to bat it. Pitch is a strike. Bonsack tripled last time, literally driving Mannion into the fence. Luckily, it's not a fence that's going to hold up. This will be popped up, first base side, everybody giving chase. It'll fall for strike 1. Strike 2, excuse me. So 0-2. Bonsack struck out looking in the second, grounded to third in the 4th inning, and then tripled in the 6th inning, which got her a run batted in. Popped up. This might be more on my side. Nope, it's right up against the fence, and with Garrett and Busey both giving chase, it just falls harmlessly. So still 0-2. Callista Muir waits on deck. Stamper, the runner at second base. The international tiebreaker rules in effect where you start with a runner at second. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Muir, then the top of the order, Bobby Claflin. Two balls, 2 strikes. It was 2-0 Alliance in the 2nd. Gering tied it at 2 in the 5th. Gering lost the lead in the bottom half of the inning. Now we've gone to a full count. And then, as we said, Gering scoring 3 in the 6th to take a 5-3 lead. But Janae Shoemaker, 3 outstanding defensive plays in a row, shut Gering down in the top of the 7th. And then it was her hit that tied the game up in the bottom. Grounder. Shoemaker, she'll throw to third. Got her. Stamper will be tagged out. Didn't slide into the bag, and that might have been the difference there. Bonsack will be on a fielder's choice at first with 1 down. Again, Shoemaker with an excellent defensive play. Here's Muir. Lived on an error, grounded out, and struck out. She does have a run scored. Shows bunt, pulls the bat back, but it is a strike. Runner at first base, Bonsack. Chasing the pitch is Muir, strike 2. Took one down in the dirt. This one will bounce. A ball and 2 strikes. Following up will be Bobby Claflin, the top of the order for Gering. We're in extra innings. 5-5 to score, Alliance and Gering. 2 balls, 2 strikes. JC Acosta, a little stroll around out there in the circle. Now she's ready to go. Strike 3 called. That will be the 7th strikeout JC Acosta has recorded in the ball game. And Bobby Claflin, who has singled her last 2 times up, 2 for 4 in the game, steps in with a runner at first. Ball 1. Runner at first, 2 down. Claflin, 2 for 4 in the ball game. There's a strike on the off-speed pitch, so 1-1 as the rival pitchers square off here in extra innings. Grounded, first base side, and the inning is over. Acosta will scoop it to first in time, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left aboard. To the bottom of the 8th, 5-5, Alliance and Gering on the West Coast score.
Compliments for You and Your Home has got the latest decor. Come in today and see what you can create. Start with great home decor from Uttermost, lamps, chairs, and vases for any taste. Need a little light for a more intimate feeling? Flameware is a recharging LED light that simulates candle flames. Rootworks bowls are hand-carved, one-of-a-kind wooden bowls you can't find anywhere else. Finally, for a little accent, try these leather and Western-style pillows from High End. Compliments for You and Your Home, downtown Scottsbluff.
Buyers Realty has been helping people in the community find their dream home since 1994. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, our friendly staff will put in the work to help you reach the finish line. We also do property management for buildings in Scottsbluff, Gering, and beyond. You can find an extensive list of our properties by visiting our website at callbuyersrealty.com. Or you can visit our Scottsbluff offices on Avenue B, right next to Bumper to Bumper. Community strong, community proud, we have what you're looking for.
Being an Allo customer just got even better. 3 times better, in fact. We've tripled our standard internet speed from 100 to 300 megs at no additional cost to you. This isn't one of those limited time offers that will melt away either. 3 times the streaming, 3 times the gaming, 3 times the uploading, all for the same price. Why? Because we love our customers. Allo, no gimmicks, no limits, no kidding, and still no contracts.
Bottom of the 8th inning. There's the bunt. Throw will go to first base for the out, but it will move Elise Stokey to third base because remember, with the international tiebreaker, she's at second base to start the inning out. So Busey gets the sacrifice, and the winning run is at third for Aubrey Garrett, the cleanup hitter. Garrett has singled and walked. Pops this one up, strike one, out of play. Garrett singled in the first, popped to Walker at second, grounded to Muir at short, and walked in the 6th. So Alliance chance to win it right here. Big swing, strike 2. J.C. Acosta, the pitcher, waits. Could win her own game if Garrett doesn't have the opportunity first. And a line drive, and there's the game winner. That'll just go as a single because the game is over as Garrett singles for the game-winning run batted in, and Stokey will score in the 8th to end it. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. That'll be a total of 14 hits in the game for Alliance tonight. So that's going to end it. Got a lot of at-bats to take care of. We'll be back with the post game. Alliance wins it in extra innings, 6-5 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Where can you find gifts for everyone? TC and More. That's where. Come in and look at what you've been missing. Gifts for the ladies. Gifts to remember. The gift of light. Gifts for your home. Gifts for the kids. Gifts for the Husker fan. For the perfect gift, stop in and visit TC and More, downtown Scottsbluff. And remember, TC and More still has all of your children's educational materials.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
Why should you come out to Double L Country Store in Banner County? Because we serve locally raised beef, chicken, and bison, and our hamburger buns, cabbage burgers, and pies are homemade every day. Breakfast is served daily from 8 to 11, with all-you-can-eat pancakes on Saturday. Or join us Friday nights for Burger Fest. Choose from 6 specialty burgers or build your own. And for dessert, make sure you save room for one of our homemade milkshakes. We are worth the drive here at Double L Country Store on Highway 71, just 10 minutes south of the Wildcats.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gering, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gering at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
What a ball game. Seesawing back and forth, and Alliance ultimately wins it. They'll go 6-5. Gering now 3-2 on the year. Let's look at Gering batting in this one first. Bobby Claflin will be 2 for 5 in the game with a run batted in. Maddie Weiss is 1 for 4, a double, and a run batted in. Struck out once. Guyana Island goes 1 for 2, strikeout, a single, walked twice in the game. Briley Dean ends up 1 for 4, a single in the first inning. She also lived on an error. Kelly Snelling ends up going 1 for 3, scored a couple of runs as she walked. Hannah Splastasser goes 0 for 3. Sam Stamper had a sacrifice bunt, so officially 0 for 0. Josie Brown lived on errors twice, struck out once. She scored a run in the ball game and officially ends up 1 for 4 in the game. Kelsey Bonsack goes 1 for 4. It was a big hit, a triple, a run scored, a run batted in. And Callista Muir lives on an error, strikes out a couple times, grounds out once, officially 0 for 4, but did have a run scored in the ball game. Gering, 5 runs. They got those on 7 hits, 3 errors, left 9 on base. For Alliance, Janae Shoemaker had to be the star of the game. 4 for 5, 3 triples, a single. Drove in 3, scored 1. Elise Stokey, 2 for 4. Pair of singles, also walked. She scored a run. Erica Busey goes 1 for 4, single, struck out a couple of times, also had a sacrifice. Aubrey Garrett goes 2 for 5, walked once, had a run batted in. JC Acosta, 1 for 3, a double, walked and scored. Brandy Seabaum, 1 for 4, a single, struck out once. Diana Acosta, 0 for 4, struck out once, lived on an error. She did have a run batted in. Peyton Gibson, 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Anna Flood lived on a fielder's choice and scored a run for Alliance. And Callista Trevino, boy, the number 9 hitter, walked once, singled 3 times, scored twice in the game. 6 runs, 14 hits, 4 errors, 13 left in the game for Alliance. Let's look at the pitching. For Gering, Claflin goes 7 and a third, technically, when the winning run scored. She gave up 6 runs, 5 of those were earned, 14 hits, 10 singles, 4 doubles. She struck out 5 and walked 4 and suffers the loss. JC Acosta goes 8 innings. She gave up 5 runs in the ball game. Only 1 of those was earned. 7 hits, 4 singles, 2 doubles, a triple. 7 strikeouts, walked 3 in picking up the win. So that's going to take care of it. Chris Cottrell will have the volleyball match on Thursday night. Chuck Swartz speaking for producer-engineer TJ Albright and our camera operators, Jayton Cranmore, Olivia Albright, and Jonas Pfeiffer. I'm Chuck Swartz, thanking you for watching, wishing you a good evening, reminding you again in extra innings. Final score was Alliance 6, Gering 5.